I dare you to sing the lyrics we were singing before the show started, Tom.
Coach is the greatest
thing
I've ever seen. It's the greatest show. My name is Brandon Perna.
You guys have no idea how filthy Tom is behind the scenes.
Love it. Greatest show I've ever seen. I love. Pokemon's my second favorite, and my name is Brandon Perna. We here.
Least here.
You in the right direction. Welcome to another edition of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna, and this is GPS. Yeah. I feel like you don't do the GPS with me anymore, and I miss it.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's too late now. Don't try to rekindle the magic. It's already dead.
Deal with that.
Now you're overcompensating. You're doing too much.
Yeah,
it's too much.
Do that a lot. I do that a lot.
It happens. But folks, oh boy. Yesterday, Brandon and I texted each other randomly throughout the day yesterday, and we were just like, today's a rough one. There's a lot going on. I had to throw out a whole script. I had it all done, and I was like, well, it was about the Jets and the Bills. Both trades happened, and I was like, well, this is useless now. So this goes in the poo-poo garbage. We got him.
Space it out. Just space it out, NFL. Why couldn't you just do the Amari Cooper trade next week?
Yeah, that'd been great.
God,
that'd been great. But nay.
I don't even know if it's worth it anymore. I don't even know if it's worth it. Getting that stupid video up. Oh,
buddy.
Whatever.
I know. We got a lot to talk. Nick Chubb. Hey, Browns fans, you've been waiting for any just crack of light in the dark cave that has been this season for you. And I am so happy to report that Nick Chubb is set to return this Sunday.
Yes.
Which, you know what? Considering they traded away the only guy that was catching the few touchdowns that they were having, now, maybe, an offense will return. Perhaps.
Yes. Maybe.
Let's go.
Nick Chubb, I'm so happy that he's going to be back for the Browns. Tell your streak at home until I'm not. Hey guys, I'm not getting one. I'm not going to jail. 2, I'm not getting tackled by my own team. You know how embarrassing it would be if I did a streak across the Broncos field and just Pat Surtain came out of nowhere and blasted me, or God forbid our white corner tackled me. You know how embarrassing that would be. Oh. Or the worst case scenario, security actually gets me.
It's true. Then it's just embarrassing. Well,
3 weeks ago, I would have been like, you know what? I can still outrun security. And then, like I
told
you, after playing football, I don't even think I can outrun security anymore.
Wow, that
I'm losing
confidence,
a step, dude. It's not an easy thing to come to terms with.
So you're saying, all right, so I'm going to destroy you in this competition.
You might.
Oh man,
might. Although I kicked a field goal from the 10 or 15. So I think I can beat you in the field goal.
Well, that was just the first try, you know. We can do that. We can do all right. Also, the Packers have a new kicker. Yep, we'll talk about that too.
Oh, Brandon McManus.
Yeah, we got Brandon
Slayer.
Yep, there you go.
Can I still call him the Gooch Slayer?
I don't know if you can. I don't know. That's a personal choice. Jets Steelers, who wins? I don't know, but we lose.
Yeah, is Russell Wilson definitely starting?
That's what the rumor is, that Russell Wilson might be suiting up, which I'm going to ask a question. Why? And I mean this in like the nicest way possible, because I think before the season, it's like, Russell Wilson, even though not great, at least has a veteran experience, you know, and then maybe they'll play Justin Fields because, you know, has the speed and all that great stuff. But right now, I mean, the Steelers have lost, 2 games? You know, they haven't lost too many games.
Yeah.
And Fields is doing he's doing all right. And I think the play that you're going to get from Russell Wilson is not going to be significantly different than you're going to get from Justin Fields.
Yeah. Well, and I listened to Tomlin answer it, and he kind of, I love Mike Tomlin because he was like, Justin Fields says, and the offense has been good, but don't confuse that with great. It's like, oh, fair enough.
Okay. All right, Mike.
Problem, Mike, is the guy you got to put in there is not going to make your offense great. It's best case scenario, it stays good. And I think like you just don't mess with that. And not to name drop, I just had a great interaction with Mina Kimes on Twitter because she talked about Russell Wilson going into the lineup,
the run game,
and what she saw with the Broncos and how it's going to hurt their run game. My friend Mina Kimes and I on the same page. Me and Mina, thick as thieves with our Russell Wilson takes these days.
Mina Kimes is my best friend, but not as much as Pokemon.
She says really cool things about me, like he's so good and he's so cool. Everybody listen to Brandon Perna. I'm Mina Kimes.
Oh, Mina said that?
Yeah.
Wow. Was that on Twitter or?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And I'm pretty sure she says it on the show a lot.
Sings it too, or just is it kind of just his spoken word? Like, what do we got?
Yes, 100%.
Yes, I asked 3 questions.
All of it.
Oh, wow. Okay, so spoken word, song, and just statements of Brandon Pern is the very best. He loves Pokemon with his chest.
Yeah. She's like, if Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL right now, Brandon Perna is ahead of him.
I think you just said that you don't know if you could outrun a security guard. So I don't know how accurate.
I don't know if Patrick Mahomes can either.
I mean,
still nobody can tackle his ass, Tom.
This is going to run like this. If David Bakhtiari was healthy, might be right now.
Maybe the most impressive thing Patrick Mahomes does is being able to throw a football after running like that.
Hey, listen, there's only one silly body, and that's Jordan Love.
Yeah.
That's right. Let's talk about some blockbuster trades that happened yesterday.
Before we get to the trades.
Yes. Never mind.
Shut up, Tom.
I'm so sorry, Grizz. I'm so sorry. I hope it gets back soon.
Back to Nick Chubb real quick, because I saw people in the comments saying, did you read his piece in the Players Tribune? No, I'm not going to read all of that, guys. I'm sure it's great. And he was talking about how thankful he is that he is a Brown. But I found this very, very funny. Nick Chubb revealed that the Browns never considered cutting him after his season-ending injury in 2023, in part because of his importance to the Cleveland community and fan base. That's great.
Yeah.
Awesome for Cleveland.
Yeah.
Yes, Nick Chubb is that guy.
Yeah.
It would have been incredibly effed up if they cut him after that injury. I don't even think you can cut a player while they're injured like that, right? Like, I think there's a rule against it. And Nick showing his appreciation, for the front office. Love all of it. But also, no shit, Nick.
Yeah,
this organization hasn't considered cutting Deshaun Watson. And his contribution to the community has been terrorism, basically.
It's been negative, actually. Yeah. Every good thing that Nick Chubb does, Sean Watson is like, nope, we're bringing it back down.
Yeah. I guess they also didn't bring back Flacco, so I get it. Maybe he was legit worried, like, this team might cut me, but...
Oh, my God.
Like, buddy...
Nick Chubb would have gone to like the Bengals or something, just stay within the division and then run over the Cleveland Browns. But Nick Chubb is back, Cleveland. You don't have to worry about it. Yeah, actually, before we get into the trades, can we talk about Jerry Jones? Because this is absolutely insane.
I brought him in.
I actually talked about this yesterday, and it wasn't even like, it was outside of football. I was like, hey, this is like batshit. Like, this is crazy. Like,
I think he kind of gets to a point I agree with, but
it takes a while to get there.
He was on the Dallas radio station, The Fan. I believe he has a spot there like every week, right?
I don't think so, Silver. I don't think so.
Usually like a coach will do that, or sometimes they have a player that comes on it. Jerry Jones does it every week in Dallas because he needs the attention. So he went on the radio station, and this is what he said.
Your job isn't to let me go over all the reasons that I did something, and I'm sorry that I did it. That's not your job.
Well, my job is to ask why.
Get a job, or I'll get somebody else to ask these questions, man.
Jerry, we're trying to figure out why the team is.
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
Okay, so that was part one.
Also, what the hell is that background, Perna?
Oh, that's hell.
Oh, okay.
That's for power rankings. That's hell.
Got it.
Your punishment's going to be to watch all my heaven and hell segments.
Jerry,
Okay. Y'all really think you're going to sit here with a microphone and tell me all of the things that I've done wrong and without going over the right?
Yes.
Well, I was like, all right, Jerry, you don't need to call me out, one. But two, so like that part is like, okay, it's the threatening to like, hey, I'm going to remove you and get somebody else to ask the questions. I'm going to fire you from this radio show if you keep asking me difficult questions. And I think that there's a lot to go along with this. First of all, it doesn't help that Jerry Jones, who usually doesn't get the greatest press, and again, I agree with how he runs the organization in terms of like the fandom. I think he interacts with the fans really great, like the access that he gives, and that's just saw during 30 and 30, completely removed from any of this. The problem is that when you're the owner of a football team, right, an NFL team, you are going to be scrutinized automatically. However, when you're also said GM of that football team and you are involving yourselves in football decisions, then that is open for criticism because you are having a direct impact on the team and who you're not signing.
Yeah.
And so when it comes to football questions, fire away. Like, you should be open to that scrutiny because you put yourself in that situation to be asked those questions.
Yeah. No, that's fair. And Jerry went on to say, like, I was scrutinized for buying the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I was an idiot for buying the Cowboys. And I get what he's saying there, because he did resurrect that franchise. He hired Jimmy Johnson. We did a whole Cowboys video, and what he did is impressive. But after that team wins 2 Super Bowls, he does one of the dumbest things in NFL history, and he cans his head coach. He fires his head coach, and luckily, his team was so good because of all the work he and Jimmy Johnson did together. Big part of that was the Jimmy Johnson trade of Herschel Walker to build that team. He still won another Super Bowl with Switzer. But after that, I think his early success as an owner has kind of ruined the Cowboys' legit chances of ever getting back to the Super Bowl because you have a little bit too much confidence in yourself and your ability to build the team when, like, you didn't even want to give your head coach credit while you're winning. Those two egos, Jerry Jones and Jimmy Johnson, they both wanted the credit. And that's what they wanted the praise for the team, all of the praise. They couldn't share it with each other. They couldn't be grown fucking men. And that's why they had to part ways. Yeah. But he did say something that I do agree with. I'm going to just play this last clip.
Yeah.
So idiot things can turn into good decisions, okay? Smart things can turn into bad decisions. The facts are that when you make one, you don't really know whether it's going to be good or not.
Idiot things can turn into smart things. Okay. I agree, Jerry.
All right, so now it's time to play America's favorite game. Which sentence is worse? Okay, you have Jerry Jones, and then you have Woody Johnson coming out yesterday saying thinking is overrated. Which one? Which one?
I didn't see that.
Oh, you didn't? Hold on, we got to pull up the thinking is overrated. Hold on. It's America's favorite game.
Thinking is overrated. I actually, based on what Jerry just said, based on what Woody Johnson's saying, I think I could be an NFL owner.
I know.
Thinking is overrated. Idiot things can become smart things. Smart things can become idiot things. I am built to be an NFL owner. And you know what, Jerry? I actually don't think being an NFL GM is actually that hard.
Okay, I got it.
I don't. You rely on your scouts. If you have good scouts and personnel people, you listen to them. And all you got to do is disseminate the information that they work hard to collect and then make decisions.
All right, Woody Johnson, I'm making the trade despite that 2-4 start. You know, thinking is overrated. You have to look forward. You have to look forward to the games we're going to play each and every week and try to win all of them. You just have to go with your instinct and what's the best to build a team.
Hell yeah, thinking's overrated.
That's right, baby.
Dude, I'm built to be I'm going to own a football team one day. I
think you're going to do
realization.
I think you're going to do it. I think that's the next step.
I think we could do it together. The GPSers.
Okay. Oh, we just need what, like 10 bill?
Yeah, 10 billion.
The question is who we're going to buy.
Super chats start now.
That's right. Fun Basher. Also, congratulations. Any advice to calm my nerves? Bruh, it's you chose
Thinking's overrated, dude.
Thinking's
just
overrated.
go in there.
Hey.
No, your nerves are going to be through the roof. I was so nervous.
On the surface, you were calm and ready to drop bombs, but you kept on forgetting when you wrote down the whole crowd goes so loud he opens his mouth, but the words won't come out.
Whoa.
Choking now. Everybody's choking now. Clock's run up. Time's up.
Dude, Jess was late coming out to our wedding.
Ooh,
I was
delayed game.
I think she was super nervous. She may or may not have been having stomach issues. But she was, I was like, okay, this is going on a little long here.
All right, so the next time we have Jess on, we need to, be like, all right, during like a Thursday night game or something like that, it's not a good game. Be like, so, Jess, you having second thoughts? Like, what was going on out there?
Yeah.
Stomach issues?
We can get
Fun Bash. You already chose your person. That's it, baby. That's it. Rock out. Have a great life together.
Yep, we are.
I wait. Well, who are the Bills playing this week? They're Titans. I might not wait. Yeah.
To start Amari?
Yeah, maybe wait a week, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Somebody just tried to asked me to trade Amari Cooper in one of my fantasy leagues. If I rode with him in Cleveland, getting no targets, you think I'm going to trade him now that he's got Josh Allen? You crazy.
I'd say wait a week, but let's talk about those trades. So the first
let's talk about something.
Never mind. I'm not. Hold on, Diego. We'll talk about.
Get rid of that.
There you go.
Get rid of that. Turtle Beach is back.
So you can play
Not
Pokemon.
Myrtle Beach, Turtle Beach. If you go to Myrtle Beach, you're a loser. If you go to Turtle Beach, you're a winner. Just use our code GPS for these sick gaming headphones.
So you can play Pokemon?
What?
So you can play Pokemon?
It was really a bad idea for me to do these with I can't really hear you.
Actually, then it might work out.
Say again? Now you're just messing with me.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Today's episode is brought to you by Turtle Beach, the #1 brand in gaming headsets and accessories. This is the new Gen 3 Stealth 700 headset. The Stealth 600, great for a 600, but it ain't the 700, baby. Crystal clear sound. Honestly, when I play Halo, hearing Master Chief talk to me in these things,
it sounded like you're just regurgitating AI. When I was playing Halo, the Master Chief.
Slightly erotic when I hear Master Chief talking to me. I am ready to go on any mission.
Doesn't Master Chief usually not talk? I know he does now, but like I used to know.
Master Chief, keep whispering to me in my Stealth G3 700 Turtle Beach headphones. That's all I want. You can hear his heartbeat in these things. Triple kill.
You're not getting triple kills.
Killing frenzy.
You're not.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have gotten those.
You have. I didn't say have. I'm saying you're not doing that now.
No, I have done them recently.
When's the last time
in the firefights when you're just killing the computer generated aliens?
There it is. Okay.
I can get a double kill in a match.
That's not what you said. You said triple kill.
You can't triple kill a double kill.
You could.
These things are comfortable. They're girthy. They've got great weight. It's like a little massage is going on around my ears as I wear these Turtle Beach Gen 3 Stealth 700s, Tom.
Turtle Beach ever think that you're going to say they're girthy?
Or haven't touched grass in weeks. That's my favorite line. Turtle Beach has the right headset for you. For a limited time only, our listeners, our GPS heads, our pornographers, our Grossi Posse naters, you can get 10% off your entire order with our code GPS over at turtlebeach.com. That is 10% off your order at turtlebeach.com. Link in the description. All right, now I can hear you again. What's up, dude? How you been?
I'm pretty good. How are you doing? You just get out of a sick gaming session, brah?
Yeah, I killed so many guys.
I did see though that Game Freak got hacked. Oh yes, I heard.
What got hacked?
Game Freak for Pokemon and like a whole it was like a terabyte or 100 terabytes, something like that, got leaked. And yeah, relations between Pokemon and people That's where Brandon Perna is going to go. That's going to be the next punishment, to read some Pokemon fan fiction. Write his own. Oh, this could
I'm not writing my own. No
you
more.
Write your own.
No more original ideas for punishments, guys. I will read Pokemon fan fiction. Deal.
Got to catch them all, baby.
All right.
But let's talk about this. Hey, there you go. Oh, before we even get to the trades, I know we keep on pushing this back. Tom Brady, too. So he is now a partial owner of the Raiders.
Yeah.
And what was coming out yesterday is all the list of things that he can't do now. He can't criticize the officials, can't be super critical about the game. And Fox gave him a 10-year deal for hundreds of millions of dollars to do that. Is
so annoying.
Is it genius by Tom Brady?
Yeah.
Tom Brady can now do the most oh yeah, that was a good throw.
Just when he played, he gets to do whatever he wants and get away with it. Congrats, Tom. You're continuing your streak of being above the law. Cool.
I saw that on IR. So bad. That sucks, man.
I saw Mark Davis try to play it off too. He's like, "Well, we traded Amari. We traded Devontae Adams for Tom Brady." First thing Tom Brady would have said is "Let's not trade Devontae Adams." He's like, "Why didn't you consult me before this was approved?" My recommendation: let's not trade Devontae Adams. Actually, I think it's a good move for the Raiders. They were gonna not have Devontae anyway, but
yeah, this is the least surprising thing. Yeah. And I think the best reaction was, because I have a few thoughts about this. One was that Jets fans were like, I don't care the amount that I should care for this acquisition, because it seems like it's a little too late, later in the season. And it's okay, I have a little bit more hope, but how is this going to fix the O-line? Appreciate you, Danny. And I am a little hesitant because I don't know if this is going to solve their offense, but I will also say this doesn't impact my team anymore. I'm so excited to watch Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams again. And Devontae Adams appearing on Pat McAfee for a hot second. That man looks so damn happy. So damn happy to be out of Vegas right now and be back with Aaron Rodgers. It looks pretty happy.
Yeah. Thanks for supporting Danny. Do you think Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams bunked together?
Bunked?
Mm-hmm.
Are they going to live with each other now?
Are they going to live with each other?
It depends if there's a Taco Bell there.
Ooh.
Devontae Adams likes Taco Bell?
Yeah. It was very adorable when he came on the McAfee show.
He just looks so happy, man. And again, as a fan who is cool, my team's good. Packers are doing well. We're rocking. And draft pick is not impacted by the Jets anymore. Let's rock. I get to see that. Dude, when Aaron Rodgers threw a Hail Mary, I was like, hell yeah. That's dope, man. That was cool to see.
Yeah.
I appreciate why he got it. That's it.
Here's what's interesting, right?
True, Dr. Drew.
I think Jets fans are also I swear to God, if this doesn't save our team, nothing will.
Yeah.
They have to get to the playoffs now. They have to get to the playoffs, or everything they've done over the last 2 years is just a wash. It is just meaningless. Devontae already restructured his deal with them. He's saved a couple million cap space for this year. They added a couple voidable years to the end of his contract. Seahawks are for sale soon.
We should buy the Seahawks.
Oh,
you hate
let's
them.
do
I
it.
hate them.
First thing I do is I bring Russ back, baby, for $1. $1 a year, Russ. But
we could buy the Seahawks. So here's the thing, though. If we bought them, we got to push out the entire front office, right? We got to push out the entire front office.
Well, there's Schneider, right? That's the guy.
We will be a feeder team for the Broncos and Packers.
Yes.
Right? So we'll just suck all the time. We'll get a really high draft pick, right? And then we'll trade those players. And we'll alternate so it's fair, right?
No, you and I alternate years where
that's what I'm saying.
Defense, offense. You get your first pick on offense, I get the first pick on defense.
Exactly. We make it fair. Right? We're not trying to rip anybody off, right?
We just want Broncos, Packers, Super Bowl every year.
That's it, baby. That's it.
Oh. And making the sea chickens our plaything to get there. Oh.
I think that, hey, that's Seahawks are one of the reasons why PACast started. And now to be able to end the Seahawks because of PackCast.
Seahawks are one of the reasons I almost stopped doing YouTube. So
there you go. And now it will be because you'll own a football team.
Right.
I think that this
we do need well, I don't think we need 10 billion. I think we need like 7.
What's the
7
value?
bill.
Let's look up the valuation. How much are the Seahawks worth right now? Let's see.
Yeah, I think we need about 7 bills.
Okay. Which we could come up with that. That's fine. All right, it says as of August of 24, it's saying about 5.545 billion. So 6
if
we just round up to 6 bill, just an easy 6 bill, we could do that.
We could be the first fan-funded football team owners.
Well, actually, that's the Green Bay Packers, but it was a good try. It's a good try. It was a good try. It was a good try. It was good. It was a good try.
Okay.
It was good.
Nerd.
It was good.
You don't actually own your team.
All right, so 5.45 bill. We round up. We give them $6 billion, and now we own the Seattle Seahawks. I think this works out. We can make YouTube videos about it. Great. Anyway.
Every week, a YouTube video update on our team. State of our team. State of the franchise by team owners Tom Grossi and Brandon Perna.
Every week. But we go up to the podium, the two of us, in an oversized sweatshirt, right, or an oversized jacket that we're in together with like just two heads coming out of the hole there, and we have to answer the questions at the same time. Easy. So that they're like, owners, what are you doing? We just give up different answers at the same exact time. Can't be held to a standard.
Sounds like we are evaluating quarterbacks. And I'll be like, we have no need for a quarterback right now.
Correct. Yep.
Yes.
Exactly.
I need everybody to do me a big favor right now, too. Okay? Go to my Twitter and retweet my pinned comment. I'm doing the fundraiser for tomorrow night, the Broncos Saints stream. My pinned tweet has a link to the fundraiser where people can donate. If you can't donate, just retweet that shit. Twitter does this funny thing where if you put a link in your video, it will not. If you put a link in your tweet, Twitter will not promote it. Its algorithm crushes it because it does not want anybody leaving Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it.
And you should
leave. You guys can help out, spread the word just with the retweets to get more people to donate to Solving Kids Cancer. That would be tight.
I just retweeted it.
Thank you.
That's why That's why I get to pick
from 2 to 9 to 12. Oh, look at us now. We're cooking. Suck it, Elon. I'm trying to raise money for sick kids, even though you don't want me to, Elon.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Bastard.
It's true, go. Anyway, the Jets, I think looking at the remainder of their schedule, it's very possible for them to go on a run.
The Jets going on a run? Yeah, it's going to be like up and down to get there.
I just worry about their O-line.
Dude,
like
they're flawed. That's the problem.
Because looking at that Bills game, man, I mean, first of all, let's talk about the MVP in that game. 22 do you know how many offsetting penalties there were too? This just accepted. Man, ref.
There were 30 penalties, I believe, in that game. Or over 30, 204 yards from penalties.
We tied our stream high from this year. We've had a couple games that are 22. Yeah.
The NFL officials got bailed out by the trades. Because had Devontae Adams not been traded the next day, everybody would still be ripping on the refs right now. Mm-hmm. So they got away with one, those officials.
That's right, because we're 10 steps ahead. MVP.
They had Aaron Rodgers calling them out. I was
they did.
God bless you, Aaron. I am back to defending you. I will defend Aaron Rodgers for the rest of the season. Because he was like, these calls were terrible, including the roughing on me. Mm-hmm. Have you ever heard a quarterback say that? No.
Because
Brady said it after he retired.
Yeah, you usually get fined for it, right?
You also whined like a little bee to the refs anytime he got touched.
That was a rough game. I mean, it was fun to watch, but good God, man, the constant interruption from officiating was horrible. Favorite genre? I wouldn't say I have a favorite genre. I just like single player narrative games usually, but
first person shooters. That's what I like.
Back in the day. First person you like?
Yeah, I like to just kill stuff.
I was a third. I loved Gears of War. Oh, Gears of War was my jam.
Is that first person shooter?
It's third person technically.
Is it third?
Yeah, you see it over the shoulder.
Maybe I like third person shooter.
It's over the shoulder. Gears of War.
Yeah. No, I was playing Gears 5. I've been playing. I started with Gears 5, and then I just jumped back into Halo.
Hell yeah, there you go.
I played for like 12 minutes. I got to take a break.
Playing Pokemon, that would be excellent. That would be a great fundraiser.
Yeah.
If I was playing Pokemon and I didn't say a word and Perna had to narrate the entire thing and commentate it and having no idea.
The little yellow guy talking to the little green guy.
Yeah, it'd be great.
They're probably thinking about this little pink guy over here.
Mm-hmm. So I saw actually, Markel, I saw something. Let me see if this is true. I saw it actually.
Yes, we went from 2 retweets to 49 retweets. You guys are, I love you.
Okay. I saw a post that it was like the person who got yelled at, and it's because he said something to Sirianni about like running the ball and Nick was like, I got you, we're going to do that. And then he was chirping back at the end of the game. That's what I've heard. But I mean, I don't know. If the Eagles don't produce this season, I think he's in trouble. But I think he's got a little bit of a leash right now.
Yeah. I mean, I think that I feel like we have this conversation every year where,
oh no,
just firing your coach does not solve all your problems.
Yeah.
I hear it a lot in the Broncos streams right now, or last week. It was like, let's fire Sean Payton. Sean's the problem. Fire him. I am off. I do not want to fire Sean Payton. The Broncos could lose the rest of the games this season. And I'd be like, I don't think we should fire Sean Payton yet. Give him some time. When you're a team and the thing you do not have is consistency, that is the thing you crave. For better or worse,
it's a problem.
Write it out. 4 years. For like a presidential term, I think a lot of head coaches deserve the same.
Mm-hmm.
There are exceptions.
Perna loves Pokemon.
The Urban Meyers, the Nate Dogg Hackett's.
Sure.
Right? So I think maybe you don't like Nick Sirianni's personality, but they've had success. Write it out, Eagles fans. Just write it out with him.
Mm-hmm.
Write it out.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he's the perfect Eagles head coach, too.
Well, we'll see how the fans respond to that. Again,
or maybe he would be better for a Ravens head coach after that guy went around punching people for no reason. Did you see that, dude?
I like that.
That Ravens fan punching Commanders
fans.
fans?
What the hell was that? Yeah, like attacking Commanders fans. He was outed immediately on social media, and they're like, here's where he lives. Here's where like his employees are.
He lost his job. Fucking tool.
Yeah, let's you go around salting people like a dumbass.
God.
And it's also like, really? Commanders fans? That's who you're attacking? They had to deal with Dan Snyder for that's all the Battle of Maryland. Shut up!
Not Steelers, not Browns, not Bengals fans?
I'm not saying to punch anybody in the face, but like Commanders fans, you're going to go punch Wildflower in the face?
Yeah.
Get his pointy stick.
I don't even support punching Chiefs fans, guys.
No, can't do it.
That's because the Chiefs fans have been really nice to me.
Well, it's a pity.
It makes it even worse, honestly.
It's pity. It's a lot. There's a lot.
It is pity.
It's a lot of pity.
It makes it worse every time they win.
No, nobody deserves Dan. Even Seahawks. No, the Seahawks don't deserve Dan Snyder. Absolutely not.
Guy. Dan Snyder doesn't deserve anything. From here on out, ever.
Yeah, literally made billions of dollars after doing terrible things and was like, all right, bye.
Yeah.
No.
Tom and I deserve to own the Seattle Seahawks.
I think we do. Oh, look at that. That's true, Rachel. You should be offended. Won't even punch Rachel? Coward.
Rachel, if you wanted me to. If that's what you wanted, Rachel, I would do it. But it has to be your request. I have no desire to punch Rachel. Rachel is really important to this channel.
Yeah.
But if
so
Rachel
why would you punch her?
Wants to be
why
punched.
Would you do that, you monster?
Hey,
why would you ever
she's
do that?
suggesting she wants to be punched.
That's
I'm
horrible.
Here. The people who help me, I will do what I need to keep you happy, is what I'm saying.
So it includes punching Rachel?
If that's what Rachel
wants. I would never punch you, Rachel. I would never. The merch is too great. You're too great. The cookies are too great.
She brought it up. I didn't say, you know what? I wish I could punch Rachel, but
I just did. How dare you?
I would punch Cole before I punched Rachel.
Well, that you could wait.
Not in the face. It would be like a, gut punch. Or a dead leg. I'm not going for the face.
I love how I was thinking maybe like a punch on him. You're like, no, it's a gut punch.
Yeah.
Just gonna punch you in the gut. Cole,
then
you hear
Cole
that?
would know what it feels like.
Cole, yeah, he's like, you get, oh, dude, why'd you do that? That's being
Now
a Broncos
you know what
fan.
it feels like to be a Broncos fan, a Raiders fan, or a Chargers fan recently.
We'll see, Tanker. We'll see. All right, you heard it here first. Brandon Perna wants to punch Cole in the tum-tum.
Yeah. Oh, I heard a secret about Urinating Tree.
You heard a secret? What are we, 5 and we care about? What did he say? What was it? What was the secret?
He's super strong. In our Patreon last week, Nick said like urinating tree can like bench press like 300 or 400 pounds.
Damn, dude,
I don't know if that was an exaggeration, but he was like, I was shocked by how much weight he could throw around. I was like, ooh, I love that about Tree.
What's the was it 225 for the combine? Is usually the bench?
I can't do that.
Yeah. So here's a true story. So we're walking around the combine, Scooter, Johnny, and I, because we're walking around.
You guys got invited.
Because this was before like any of the players, the prospects show up or anything like that. And Scooter, we're Shane too, Scooter's wife, and Scooter looks at it, he's like, I can bench that, and I was like, he's like, do you think you can bench that? I was like, no. I was like, I don't think I can bench that. He's like, I can bench it. I was like, I don't think you can, dude. And he's like, yeah, I was just doing it like a few weeks ago. I was doing it, and Shane's like, no, you weren't. You did it for like a day. And so it was going back and forth. I was like, Scoots, there you go. Get it. We'll get you spotted, everything like that. We'll sit down. My man could not do it. And again, I couldn't do it either. But 225 is a lot. That's hard to do. So good for Tree, man.
I love that he's just maybe like secretly the strongest guy there. Strongest clickbaiter.
Well, Adam has the
And he would
technique.
never admit it either. Even if he was, he would never lord it over us.
It's true, Go. It's true. No, well, five would, because 5 is like, I know how to break your arm.
You cannot give him strength.
No, because he's a purple belt. You can't.
Yeah, don't give him that on top.
He's just gonna break arms. Yeah, he's probably getting ankle locks in there when you're not supposed to get ankle locks. It's just not good. It's not. That's what I hear, Kevin. That's what I hear.
Dude, I would punch Kevin right in the dick. And that's just because that's where I'm eye level with Kevin. Kevin's a big man.
Yeah. Oh, so you wouldn't wind up. It would just be a straight, like a jab.
Just a jab.
Jab and punch in the penis.
Punch you right in your dick, Kevin.
Speaking of Amari Cooper, I don't know how that was a terrible transition.
Amari Cooper, not a dick punch.
No, but got out of Cleveland and is now with the Buffalo Bills. And I have the Bills franchise. Oh, they're so happy. Bills fans are so damn happy because now this could solve their problems. And Cleveland Browns fans are like, oh man, now he's going to catch everything. But this is a huge pickup for the Bills.
Yeah. You know what helps consistency for catching footballs is consistency from your quarterback. Browns fans trying to pin their problems on Amari Cooper is one of the most misguided football takes I've heard. And I heard it, like, we did a trade video, and I was like, I would love Amari Cooper to be considered for the Broncos. People are like, oh, yeah, the guy who drops everything. Okay, Cleveland. Okay, he's their leading receiver with 2 touchdowns. After that was Jerry Jeudy. The other guy with the most touchdowns on Cleveland, their safety, Rodney McLeod. He's the only other person with multiple touchdowns, and he plays defense. And the Bills, unlike the Jets, feel like they might be just a singular piece away from being a true contender. That's the difference between, I think, Cooper going to Buffalo and Devontae going to the Jets. I think Devontae will make the Jets better, certainly. I think it's this weird thing where it's the chemistry factor between him and Rodgers, right?
Yes.
And his hamstring injury has to be fake for this to really work.
He says he's feeling good.
Everybody says it's fake. It's like my favorite thing right now. But let's say it's not. Let's say he actually had a hamstring injury. Those are tricky things for wide receivers through the duration of a season. Sure. I feel like once you have it, it is easy to re-aggravate. So Jets fans better pray to God. Devontae Adams has been lying to all of us. He's been lying to the Raiders. The Raiders have been part of the lie. It's about being safe and healthy so you can get traded. Because if he has that injury, that's kind of like an X factor there in how productive he can actually be, I think.
Well, Devontae mentioned it yesterday and said like the Vegas Raiders like took care of him and like rested him back up and he's feeling pretty good. He said that on McAfee yesterday. So I don't want to imply, but maybe it's a little exaggerated. Just the
that's what I'm saying. We don't know.
Yeah, we just don't know. And yes, Izzy, the Green Bay Packers broke the Dallas Cowboys. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. There you go, Gold. But yeah, no, I'm super pumped for the Bills, dude, because this could like really spark their offensive woes. Get James Cook back from injury. That's going to help too. But hold on. A huge shout out to Ray Davis, the legend, because, man, met him at the Combine. His story is incredible. Featured him heavily in that Combine video. And for him to go out, like, he was just getting carries every now and then when I've been calling Bills games. I've been cheering it. But, dude, he had a great night against the Jets. I'm so happy for that dude, man.
Yeah.
There you go.
He filled in very well for James Cook.
True.
And I think that's one of those things, too, where, like, if you're the Buffalo Bills, obviously, like, Ray Davis had a really nice preseason, right? Mm-hmm. And they're like, okay, yeah, this is going to be our number 2 back. But through the first part of the season, James Cook is healthy. He's playing well. You think you have somebody that's pretty good behind him. And now like, filling in for James Cook, you got another guy. So once Cook's healthy, you get 2 things. You can let him get fully healthy before you have to shove him back into the lineup. You're not like, oh, God, we got to get James Cook back.
Sure.
We know Ray Davis can carry the load. And then when James Cook is healthy, you can do the thing where you actually lean on the running back who has the hotter hand in that game. Mm-hmm. Like, you've got 2 options that really do help Josh Allen. So it's a nice – that was – when you have a guy step up and perform well, it becomes a luxury for your team moving forward.
I agree. Oh, they would kill us. If it's actual MMA, they would kill you. Because 5 is purple belt. No, he's just going to lock on an ankle. I'll be able to get out for a hot minute, but then it's not going to go well.
If it's a fight with the revenge dagger, I'm going to beat everybody.
I think the last time I grappled with a black belt, I want to say I lasted like 2.5 minutes. And I was very proud of that. I did not know that. Listen, the Strouds are everywhere. Just remember.
The Strouds. Nice.
That's it. No moon, baby.
Yeah.
No moon.
Cam Akers was also traded.
He was to the purple incarnation of Satan. So somebody
wasn't
had a
he
bad
there
day
last
yesterday.
year? So did he just go back?
Yeah, he just went back. Yeah,
just went back. And he also had a nice
value.
preseason, I believe, Cam Akers.
Yeah, it's good value for the Vikings too.
And they had to do that because Aaron Jones is going to IR.
He's beat up right now, so I think they're just kind of like waiting to see. Last time I saw that Aaron Jones, are kind of just like, we don't know, and it's not indicative of his health, but
I thought they moved him to IR.
Did they recently do it? Then I might have just missed that.
Let's see here. It might be the 4-1. Oh, no, it's expected.
Yeah, I got Pelissero saying it's not a reflection of any long-term concerns with Jones, who could play Sunday. Just another quality running back who knows the system.
Okay, got it.
That's what I saw yesterday. All right, and then Jonathan Brooks can come back. Hey, there you go. There you go. Let's go, Grizz. Let's go. Exactly, Matthew. I'm not seeing it too often. I think it's just the problem is, and this was also all the talking points after this past week, was, okay, so when's somebody going to say this first? Like, when are we actually going to say, like, Deshaun Watson is just actively not giving them a good chance to win? Yeah. And I feel like with Nick Chubb coming back, it's obviously going to help significantly because he's a fantastic player. They're playing against the Bengals this week. So their Bengals defense not great.
Yeah.
You know, like if they win a game, let's just say Chubb comes back and has like, $125 and they wind up winning a close game. Does that slow down any, hey, let's bench Deshaun Watson, even if he doesn't play as well and it's just kind of Nick Chubb carrying the team?
No, Watson has to play well. We're working on a Deshaun Watson video because, like, how bad he's playing is kind of shocking.
It's bad.
There are some things he's doing that are, like, historically bad. Not just bad. Like, it's... When you're talking about Browns and Browns quarterback history, and he's worse than a lot of them, like, you're in a dark place. I feel for Cleveland Browns fans. He has to come out and throw for like 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. It's like that's what he's got to do. For Browns fans to be like, okay, maybe we can turn a corner with Watson. They've got Jameis back there, and they're like, can we just start Jameis Winston? And the Browns are like, no, but we can trade away Amari Cooper.
Yep. We can make it even
that's
more.
That's not what we asked for.
He's like, this is not what we wanted at all. But Browns fans a lot were like very appreciative of Cooper, and they're like, thanks for trying, man. Appreciate you. Go win a ring or go be happy somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, it seems like any day now, Rachel, MVS. Once he got released from the Bills, that the Chiefs are going to come calling and be like, here you go, buddy. We'll give you a ring.
Yeah.
Why not?
So this
Sure,
leaves us
Xavier.
in this window. All right. So the NFL extends the trade deadline this offseason. They move it back a week, right? So it's November 5th. It would have been at the end of October. They gave all these teams an extra week.
Yep.
Just for these teams to make trades earlier?
Yeah.
That's not fun.
No.
So it leaves us in this purgatory of, are there going to be any other sexy trades that happen at this point? Like, who could still get traded?
So I think the number one thing that comes out is a pass rusher to the Lions.
Right.
That kind of is like the big, because right now I got some heat, and that's fine. I own it because this is my reasoning for it. Little spoiler, I still kept the Lions at number 5 in the power rankings. And the reason I did is because if they kept Hutch, bro, they're like top 2. They just like the way they decimated the Cowboys. It's just a matter of, okay, now going up against the Vikings, who are a good football team, what is that pass rush? What is that defense going to look like without Aiden Hutchinson? And before we see that, I keep him at 5. And I feel like that's what we need to see first. It's a great test for the Lions this Sunday. It's a great test for the Vikings too. Great NFC North matchup. And if the Lions are still able to be dominant, especially like in the pass rush, or at least get some pressure, we'll see how significant of a move they make there to try and fill that absence. Because if they're like, okay, we can do this without him, then let's rock. So John Wick vibes for Brandon Perna. That might be the greatest compliment you've ever received, Brandon.
Oh boy.
That's what I'm saying. There you go, buddy.
I am sure Perna wouldn't punch anyone. At the same time, he gives John Wick vibe.
You could pull off a John Wick costume so well.
I could.
You could. Just get some long hair and you're rocking. Get a suit.
I know Kung Fu. Oh, that's Neo. Darn it. You killed my dog. Now I'm going to kill everybody.
Yeah, there you go.
Dude, John Wick, that's such a badass series.
Bro, it's
I think I got to quit after that compliment.
The action is so great. Oh my God.
That's such a nicer compliment than somebody saying you look like Jared Leto when Jared Leto played a serial killer in that movie and looked like shit. I'm moving up in the rankings.
Yep. Listen. Yeah. Oh, who's Perna going to curse today? That's going to be the actual question. But yeah, I think maybe a pass rusher.
Where does Reddick go? Because he's been granted permission to seek a trade.
Yeah.
Max Crosby's not going anywhere.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere.
We always knew that.
Ooh, D-Hop? D-Hop, that's an interesting... D-Hop
DeAndre Hopkins is a piece, and T. Higgins is the piece everybody wants. But you're playing with fire because the Bengals front office, they don't do anything. I think they're just lazy. I think it just comes down, like, people talk about the Bengals being cheap. I just think they don't want to deal with the paperwork of a trade, an in-season trade. And they're like, no, guys, we got a nice thing going here.
That sounds like something we would do as owners.
Yeah, 100%.
We'd be like, man,
I'm not reading this contract. No fucking way, guys. T. Higgins is staying here in Cincinnati.
I think, yeah, D-Hop would be really interesting.
I don't think he's that good anymore.
I think
he's like
he's a good option.
I don't want to be a fit because I love DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, I love
he was one of my favorite receivers to watch ever. Okay. I just think he's older. I'll take Boomer Wick. DeAndre Hopkins is a boomer receiver. He's a boomer receiver right now. He's got great hands. He's never been a separation guy.
Probably
he needs to play with a veteran quarterback who's going to get him the ball in the right situations, right? Like, for Hopkins to be effective, he has to go to a team with a good quarterback. Yes, that's 100% the Chiefs. But, like, are the Chiefs going to pull the trigger on a trade for a receiver? I don't know. They're very heavily rumored to, but is that, like, fans wishful thinking?
Like, because an MVS thing, like where Rachel was talking about, that makes total sense to me. And that you don't have to trade up any value for him, and you just bring him in and just say, hey, the scheme, have a nice day. Because we know they can get far, with not the best wide receivers. I still think they do need a somewhat wide receiver one, because like Rashee Rice kind of was that guy for them. You know? So they still they need to fill his absence. But do they make a trade for a Hopkins? Does anybody even trade with the Chiefs? And they're like, no, we don't want you to win no more.
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
And so the Jets have made Mike Williams available for trade too, right? It's true. It's true. Yeah. Oh, wait. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, buddy. Mike Williams. So you've got Mike Williams out there as a name. You've got DeAndre Hopkins. You've got T. Higgins as a name. I still think Tyreek Hill has a chance to be traded. If Tua can't come back and play, it's his status 100%, I think, actually depends on Tua's health. Because if they're in a situation where, like, oh, Tua might retire, like Tua said he wants to come back, he's still going through medical stuff. The advice is like, you need to sit out another 4 weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
Dolphins have to look at that situation because I don't think Tyreek's value is going to get any better after this. Obviously, you want him there. You want him there, but you want him there if you have a quarterback to get him the ball. Mike Williams, though, he got thrown under the bus by Aaron Rodgers, which was a real dick move by Rodgers. I saw Ryan Fitzpatrick talk about it.
Never,
I think, it's Ryan Fitzpatrick. And it's like, that's one of those things where even if Mike Williams doesn't understand the route concept he should run in that situation, as the quarterback, as the leader of the team, you take the blame in the press conference, and then you deal with Mike behind closed doors on like, in this situation, you have to know this is what you need. So, I also saw Jeff Saturday say Rodgers threw a fluttery ball there that couldn't get there. And I was like, that was actually kind of true as well.
Well, did you see, because Rodgers talked about that on McAfee yesterday. He was talking about that exact thing of like throwing Mike Williams. It was asked much kinder, but he was asked about that, and he's like, well, I hold myself accountable. I'm the first one to talk about it in the press conference that I need to play better and stuff like that. And he's like, I just want to hold players accountable. So, like, I'm going to say that he ran the wrong route or he wasn't in the right area, which, like, there's value to that. But, like, that's also how Aaron, whether you like it or not, that's how Aaron Rodgers, runs. Yeah. He just won't throw the ball to you. And, throwing them under the bus in the press conference, I think is a little bit of a newer kind of thing. He usually just, like, hinted at it before.
I think if it's like your number one guy, right? If it's him talking about Devontae Adams, you're like, okay, cool. Yeah, like Adams got to know that. Adams can handle it. You're talking about a guy who has battled injuries, who's literally now on the trading block because of this. Like, I don't know. Maybe save that one. I kind of agree with Fitzmagic there. Yeah. But accountability, like they keep saying, like accountability. There's like one guy who says he's holding himself accountable, but like you still got it, but you're
there's
not.
Gonna be a lot of accountability after this season if the things don't go well for the Jets. I
just don't know exactly what I think you just mean we got to play better.
You got to play better. Myles Garrett, bro. If the Browns traded Myles Garrett, I don't know if that stadium ever gets built. I don't know if that new stadium's coming because
what happened to Cleveland?
Oh boy. No, well, that's the thing. They're just doubling down at this point. And they are trying to go all in terms of this is it. Because after this, they have an out for Devontae's contract. I know that they restructured, but they already added void years to it. They're going to have to make a ton of decisions at the end of the season. And that's if Rodgers even wants to come back and play. So yeah, it kind of is Super Bowl or bust. And right now, the Jets, from what we've seen, and not saying things could get better, but still look at that O-line and look at the defense too, and especially the run D. You do have to wonder, are they a Super Bowl contending team right now? And from what I've seen the first 6 weeks, it does not look like it. Because it just it seems like they could be a very solid team, very good team. And with Devontae, I think they're going to get better. Can it mask their deficiencies? For example, like in 2022 for the Packers, like when Rodgers came back and Devontae didn't, it was very evident that team was not ready to compete. Rodgers, again, can hide a lot of things, but not going to be there. If they have Devontae, where you're just going to force the ball to Devontae, again, it's going to hide a lot of things. You could get some magic out of it, but there's still holes on that squad there.
Sure. And I saw Brett suggest trading Josh Uche.
We'll see, Terry.
And that goes along, with the edge rusher consideration. And the Pats, if they traded Uche, like, who are their pass rushers? Are they just going to trade Uche to the Falcons as well? Like, is that where they're going? But like, I like the idea there of, I don't know if it's Uche, but more of an underrated pass rusher on a team that's struggling. That would make more sense for the Lions. That type of move versus like Reddick, And if Reddick's out there, the Falcons got to be interested a little bit, assuming like Reddick has kind of effed himself by presenting himself as a problem by not playing for the Jets, by agreeing to be traded there and then holding out. He's got Drew Rosenhaus repping him now. So like outside of Reddick, I don't know how many edge rushers would actually be available outside of maybe like a guy that's not even on our radar.
That's just like a solid player. Like you mentioned this before. That's kind of like a lower name, but just consistent. Like you mentioned the Broncos before, right? Like just somebody that could get some pressure, not going to be a big name guy, but has that consistency.
Like
there.
the Jags trade that happened.
Phil Collins.
Right? Like that came out of nowhere. Roy Robertson Harris. Jaguars sent him to Seattle. Defensive tackle. Not a single person, and maybe nobody's just paying attention to like Jags beat reporters, but I didn't see this trade coming. No. I feel like it's going to be one of those moves if it's an edge guy.
Yeah. Oh, it's not going to be good, Stern. It's not. It's not going to be pretty. It's not.
But I just don't know if there's any more sexy trades in the works.
Yeah. I mean, again, you could see like another wide receiver on the move. Like I wouldn't be surprised. Like maybe the Chargers call up Mike Williams again, be like, "Hey, buddy."
No, they could use Mike Williams too, and that goes to like Mike Williams, and I think Justin Herbert had nice chemistry.
They did.
Justin Herbert's not going to shit on him for running the wrong route, so
he is.
But again, I do respect Rodgers for calling out the refs. I'm sorry, Aaron. Whatever you say, Aaron, is correct. I got to go back. I got to stay true to that.
Thank you. Yes. I do want to talk about it because it was brought up before, and I wanted to talk about it as well.
J-Mo, you son of a gun.
The Packers, they have a new kicker. So they cut Narveson yesterday. Narveson had 5 missed field goals on the season. It was the most in the league. And you saw also, I thought this was ironic, you saw on Sunday night, Greg Joseph, who the Packers had this offseason, he missed 2 kicks. You have Greg the Leg missing kicks. You have Tyler Bass missing kicks, right? They cut Narveson and they signed Brandon McManus. So I talked about this yesterday. I put out a little bit of a short. Obviously, longtime Denver Bronco. Perna very familiar with him. Last time he was with the Jaguars, he went 30 for 37 for the full season. He went 11 of 13 from 40 to 49. He's been 11-13 from 40 to 49, where he's been super consistent. The 3 years before that, he was perfect from that range. Went 35 for 35 on extra points. After 50 yards, he sucks. The controversy, though, and this is why there's a bit of shock from the Packers fandom that they actually signed him, is because he had a lawsuit against him for sexual assault. Now, Perna did a whole video about this, right? We'll talk about this. Now, the NFL dismissed this because they said that there was insufficient evidence.
Correct.
However, the victim's lawyers said that the NFL never spoke to them because there was they were anonymous. Then it got thrown out. It was dismissed in Florida, the lawsuit, but it was refiled 3 days later with the names of the victims because they said it didn't fit the exceptional case standard, that you couldn't do this anonymous, so you had to actually name names. So the victims were named in the lawsuit, and that is still pending, and so that is still ongoing. Now, all that being said, there's usually a lot of trust with the Packers organization that they kind of avoid these situations, and so you got to have some faith that they did their due diligence. It's a little uncomfortable that this stuff is still open and hasn't been fully resolved yet, 100%. And it's a matter of is it via desperation because they just wanted to find a solution to their kicker problem, which they haven't been able to, or is it fully vetted and they said there's no wrongdoing? But again, this is still open in Florida as of now.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's true, Grundle.
Because I know Brandon McManus in that I've interviewed him, talked to him. So it's one of those things when you hear it and you do all these videos about, when other players deal with this shit, it's just oh God, I hope this is not true. How do I make a video about this situation and not be biased? And on top of that, in terms of just a football perspective, you guys are signing a player who had one of the best postseason runs ever.
Sure.
This is why the Broncos won Super Bowl 50. He was a huge reason. You don't get a shout out from Obama for being the only working part of the Broncos offense during a Super Bowl run unless you're doing something right.
Mm-hmm.
But over the last few years, in terms of kicking, he's been in that 85 to high 80%. And so you're just wondering, like, you're dealing with this possible headache in the future, depending on how that shakes out. And like, what are we actually getting in terms of a kicking perspective right now?
Yeah.
And I don't know. If you're giving makeable field goals, pretty good kicker.
Yeah.
Long field goal in a clutch situation, I don't know at this point in his career.
For sure. That's fair.
If it's a game winner against the Seahawks and it's a long one, probably not happening.
Well, it's a matter of, right? Well, Perna doesn't put them on the power rankings if they just had a bye week.
Yeah, no power ranking, no rank for the Chiefs or the Vikings. Sorry.
I want Brandon Aubrey. We should save him for Dallas 100%.
Yeah,
but yeah, so just from the kicking perspective, from 40 to 49, the guy last time played a full season, he missed 2, which is pretty good. Again, after 50, it's no bueno. But we had to have concerns every time there was a 40-yarder, right? So I think it brings that consideration. A 10-year vet kicking in like outdoors, like in Denver, 100%. And of course, Denver gives him a little bit of an edge because it's a little bit higher. But I think from a kicker perspective, this is a move where the Packers are saying, hopefully this solves it. But at the end of the day, he signed a 1-year deal. This is a temporary thing because he's 32, 33 years old right now. This also could be a temporary fix. And also where the Packers see this roster of like, we're ready to compete now. We can't afford to lose by a field goal.
Yeah.
And this guy reduces the chances of that.
Yeah. I thought the Broncos were silly for cutting him and signing Will Lutz. But that was actually a really savvy move by the Broncos. Like, Lutz has been great.
Cobb was there last year. Bakhtiari, if he was healthy, I think would play there. I think if Bach was healthy. But yeah, so it's like, it's uncomfortable because this is something that, honestly, as a Packers fan, I never really had to worry about before, and kind of like, is this going to work out with the kicker in terms of like the lawsuit and all that great stuff? We never really had to deal with that. We had that serial killer that one time, but he was kicked off the team pretty quickly. And I think, there's a one time. But I think looking forward, I'm curious to know, and we'll never get an answer on this. It's just gonna be my own curiosity. Was this signing out of like desperation, or was it like a fully vetted thing of like, okay, in the clear, like we're good to go? And we just won't know. So we'll
desperation for sure.
So we'll see.
For sure.
I don't think that's gonna make Perna sad. I think Ayuk to the Steelers, we would have been like, this should have been done a cajillion years ago. But they ain't gonna pay for him now.
Ayuk can't be moved. Maybe Mike Williams to the Steelers. Yeah. Maybe Mike Williams. Yep. Certainly not T. Higgins. Yeah. But I've got bad news for you, Steelers fans.
Beauty of Perna.
Yeah, whatever receiver you throw there, same production's happening.
Yeah. But again, in terms of like extra points, shouldn't have to worry. In terms of from like 49 and under, should worry less in terms of the quality of kicker that we got. So that's nice. I will say that part is nice.
Hopefully it helps you guys win some games.
That's it. But Perna, what do you got coming out today, buddy? Got a little power ranking action?
Power rankings. Yeah.
What?
I'm behind. I got to write all of it.
Yeah, that's all good. Today, there's going to be 2 videos because I didn't get to do if Monday Night Football was scripted because of all the trades yesterday. So that will be coming out later tonight. Predictions will be coming out later tonight as well. So you can be on the lookout for that. But, folks, we appreciate the hell out of you. We'll be back on Friday for another edition of GPS. And thank you so much for watching. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is GPS. And you have been navigated.
When you've reached your destination.
Where?